Once you start using these melee weapons, you will become unstoppable. Especially the first one. At number 5, we have the chainsaw. Its stats look pretty solid, costing 15 keys, 0.6 equip cooldown, gives you negative movement speed as you guys can see, deals insane 60 damage with just 3 taps your enemy, and the ability deals 180 damage per second and gives you 85% boost. Using this weapon with a quick melee can result like in some pretty cool plays, dealing like way too much damage. And the thing is, you can become Flash, straight up Flash, if you use the ability with like slide jumping. And if you combine this with a Warn Horn, which is a thing that gives you speed boost, you can become so fast that you skip the entire shooting range in 2 seconds. At the second place, we have our mighty battle axe. Now this weapon looks like it's not that good, costing whopping 15 keys. The quick cooldown is actually pretty big with 0.85 seconds. It gives you a negative speed boost, which is minus 10, and it's not that much. Cooldown is 0.7 seconds. And it has the same attack reach, aka 6. It deals 55 health, minus 5 than the chainsaw, and you can still 3-tap your enemies, so it's like fine. But then we have the ability having a 4-second cooldown, which is a big spin attack that like launches you upwards and deals 30 damage. Now this spin is actually pretty overpowered, dealing only 30 damage, because instead of just spinning in place, it actually launches you and you can do like some crazy combos. Now sadly with the battle axe you actually can't dash up, only like left, right, yes. And you can also go, wait for the cooldown, you can also go like behind. Now let's go to our third weapon, which is gonna be our famous sweatiest weapon, knife. First let's go over its stats, which are, first we gotta open the juice. Its cost is pretty good, costing only 20 keys. Equip cooldown is actually like 0.45 seconds, which is not that bad. It gives you plus movement speed, so the first weapon that gives you plus movement speed. The damage does like a normal 40, no matter where you hit, it's not important. It has the same attack reach, aka 6. And then we have our sweatiest ability in Rivals, which is straight up you click, right click. But this ability has one thing, I don't even need to explain it because everybody knows. And that is if you go behind someone and do this like backstab. If you go and backstab someone, it immediately claps him to death. And that's why this weapon is like one of the best weapons. And like the sweatiest weapon that mobile players uses. Or someone without a life, of course. That's why this weapon is number 3, because you can ignore every single hit you take and every single amount of HP he has. You just need to position yourself and click right click at their back. And that's why basically that's the only thing this weapon is just like overpowered. Also it's like its back animation is very cool. Now it's time for our number 2 weapon, which is gonna be the almighty katana. Now I don't have this weapon and I'm in a shooting range, so I can't really show the ability, but let's go over the stats first. Okay, it costs 45 keys, so it's like the battle axe, very expensive, very Elon Musk. Equip cooldown is 0.6 seconds, which is like okay. It doesn't change your movement speed, so you're like normal human being holding a weapon. Oops. Cooldown for each attack is 0.7 seconds, which is like okay. Same attack reach as all 3 previous weapons, so it's 6. But then we have our right click ability. It has 1 second duration and 4 second cooldown. And it's one of the best mechanics because you can stop so much no skills, click, right click, and all of those bullets, all of those damage that you should have taken goes immediately to him. Now here's the clip where my friend used it. No! Against me. And absolutely destroyed me. You can like catch your enemies off guard by shooting, and then you're just quick melee, which is good for absolutely every melee weapon. I don't care, it's just good. But the thing is, your opponent could actually have a brain cell. Of course, if he plays on a mobile, no, because the mobile players have no brain cell. But you can just like pretend to miss, and then once he uses the katana, which is a second, you wait a second, don't shoot, and just absolutely destroy him. I would show some clips, but there is I can't really, deflect stuff. So now let's go to our trusted #1 weapon and still the hero, the Reaper sight. It has 40 keys, which is expensive, very. Equip cooldown is full 1 second, so you have to wait 1 second before doing anything. That's why just use quick melee, which will also do the ability. Damage is actually very low, but not that low, like 35. Cooldown is actually very big. You can see like it's big, aka 0.7 seconds. Attack reach is 6. Like every weapon in this game looks like it has like attack range 6. And the ability cooldown is 4 seconds, like the katana and the knife, and actually everything. Never mind. Now this is simply overpowered because Rivals is a game where you need mobility everywhere. And that's why if you use this weapon in a terrain like shooting range, this is perfect. You like shoot and boom, you're back in action. Boom, boom, boom. I think the only weakness is actually its melee attacks. Use these 5 melee weapons and bye. See you. I don't know.